What's up, you guys? You are tuned in to the latest episode of Point of View. Happy Tuesday. Ladies, how are we feeling today?
Great.
Tacos.
Taco
Tuesday.
No.
Tacos would have been great. Dang, Denisha, we couldn't get no tacos?
Right. I'm from the do look better with us.
We came to work and there were no tacos on our table.
Terrible.
But you know what?
Terrible
What's going to be on the
Tuesday.
table? Some tea, okay?
Okay.
'Cause let's get into this episode
like
because we're going to be
that.
serving some tea, right?
Okay.
All right, let's get into some girls chat, you guys. So if you haven't heard of the 50-50 rule in relationships, this basically means that each partner has an equal amount of responsibilities. Now, this goes against gender roles and traditional expectations of a man in a relationship, but a video has gone viral of a woman saying that getting a man to pay 100% of the bills only applies to a woman if she's extremely beautiful. She
Yikes.
claims that the average woman can't get that kind of behavior out of a man. Take a look at this clip.
Looks matter. They really, really matter. So yes, if you're incredibly beautiful and you're stunning, yes, you can be entitled. Unfortunately, men will reward that. But when you're an average looking woman, an average lifestyle, and you're an average person, you have to have average standards. If you're not incredibly beautiful, it's limited how much submission you can get out of men. If you're hyper beautiful, you'd be shocked at how much men will submit to you.
I agree with her.
To a certain extent,
Yeah.
I do too. Only to a certain extent, just because I feel like I know beautiful women who don't expect their men to submit or like fully take care of them because they are the dominant person. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. So
that doesn't-
I believe her to a certain extent.
Yeah, but I find that the more conventionally attractive women are typically the ones that are kind of like well taken care of. Yeah, well taken care of. Like, and this is just a society thing, you know.
So let's explain to our audience what is conventionally attractive.
Well, it really depends on the person.
Right.
You know, beauty is in
Preference.
the eye of the beholder.
Yeah.
But baby, if you got a face only a mother could love, your chances of I feel like your chances or your probability of maybe
But
being
everybody's
in a
beautiful to
relationship-
somebody.
Yeah, that's very true. But I'm speaking probability. I'm not speaking of preference here.
Yeah.
I'm speaking of like probability.
Okay.
Typically, I say the most conventionally attractive people typically are the ones who are, I would say, better taken care of financially. Now, I'm also not saying there aren't people who aren't conventionally attractive that don't get taken care of. But from what I have experienced or from what I have seen, that's typically the more attractive people are taken care of.
So for me, I'm like, I want to say I'm 50-50, you know, with you guys and 50-50 with her as well. But I'm not really, only because what was funny to me first, I have to say, watching the comments, it was so funny to see people saying like, well, which one is she?
Yeah, and I wanted to say that, but
Because she was talking about being extremely
she's
beautiful.
attractive.
She is
beautiful.
She's
Yeah.
attractive.
Those people
but
are
would you
bleaching.
say
No, I would
she's
not say she's extremely beautiful.
extremely?
No, I feel like she has luscious
But do
hair.
I feel like men take care of her? I do.
Yes, I feel like she has luscious hair, which is working in her favor, which anyone can get. But I feel like if you really look at the face, like under the makeup, she is not like extremely beautiful. Those features, the face is long, it's just weird. But anyways, I'm just, because she's talking about being extremely beautiful for one. For two, I want to say the reason why I don't so much agree is because I feel like sometimes being a beautiful women are typically like undertaken care of a lot of times because a lot of times, like we said before, men tend to want to use them up and model with them. You know what I'm saying? But they're not really like, you know, at home, taken care of, put up out of the way. I feel like that's like less of the norm. Low key, I feel like there's so many people that I see that really don't be attractive, and they be the ones that's living a life because when maybe you're not as beautiful and you don't have that beauty blinder that makes you feel like, oh, you should have this and that, they tend to be a little bit more submissive. They tend to be a little bit more easygoing, which typically works better with men who want to pay, you know, handle our bills and stuff. So,
So the girls with the nice bodies with the dinosaur face.
not even just the nice body. Maybe they're getting the nice body after they're being put up in the house for a while. But no, it's not even really the
I feel
body.
like the ladies with the nice bodies have it better than the women who actually have beautiful natural features.
I'm not gonna lie. I think now the way society is, just because every time something gets super popular, like getting your body done and stuff like that, it becomes super not okay.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden guys don't want that.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like, oh, you have this so I could, like Tally said, model with you.
Yeah,
but
have
do I
fun.
want to yeah,
I feel
take care
like
of you?
yeah, the body girls are for fun, and the pretty girls they just want to hide.
Yeah.
They want to hide them in the house.
And I feel 50-50 with this because one, I don't really like
They be
it.
modeling with the pretty girls and they wife be at the house ugly.
Oh my God.
That's why she's and hiding them.
Sometimes, yeah.
But guess what? They're always gonna go home to their wife. So they're
yeah,
gonna
that's
have
very true.
fun with the super beautiful girl, take the pictures, go out and see, these beautiful dates and all this great stuff. But when you say taken care of, I don't ever just only think about financial.
What?
I think taking care
mean,
of.
put
Are
up-
you
It's
coming?
solidified.
100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you
Them
coming
eggs
home
crack,
to
that
me?
name drop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
amen.
But that's not what
I
she is
hear.
talking about.
No, yeah, I don't think so
she's
either. She's
talking
not talking about marriage.
financially.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you think about it, like think about just even going to Miami. When you go to Miami,
week.
yeah, for a week. Typically, everybody knows like there's a culture that happens in Miami.
Yeah.
Typically, if you bring
Or
your
LA,
friend, or even
New
LA,
York.
if you bring your friend who isn't conventionally attractive, they aren't able to get into places. They aren't able to get the free things that you may be able to get. Like
That they
this
normally
is like,
wouldn't
yeah,
have
let's not
access to.
pretend
Yeah, so
this
they
isn't
can-
a
Yeah.
statistical thing
Yeah,
now.
right.
Like
so
you
they
know,
can
Right.
pawn you off to their friend or dangle you in front of their friends. But I mean,
yeah, the
What you can
consequence
get
that
on
may
the
come
weekend is
after
the
that
weekend.
is whatever, but we can't, ignore the fact that they got through that door, they got that perk because of their attractiveness. That's not
Yeah.
something that I think someone who isn't conventionally attractive could get off rip based off of their look. They have to kind of apply more a
Yeah.
personality, you know what I mean?
So
Like
what about all the
conversation.
women that are not that conventionally beautiful, but they have every single attribute of a true wife, a
I
true
can
woman?
guarantee you that they didn't get that off rip from face value, like just like from the guy just seeing them. They got to know them.
yeah, but they don't
whereas-
want to get to know the pretty girl. But what I'm trying to figure out is, do we prefer, do people prefer more? And it seems like that's the culture of today, to get the bag and to ride around in his car for the weekend and to get this treatment and to be taken care of for 6 months out of your life.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And then
I'm
they
not
have
gonna
the other
lie.
person that is not
Because-
extremely beautiful that is taken care
I
of.
feel like-
That's crazy.
I feel like it depends
hate
on where
that.
you're at in your life.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say no 100% because like maybe I'm not ready for a whole marriage and all of that and kids and all of that. Maybe I do want the bag. Maybe I do want to have fun, hang out, get the chain and get the bag and all of that. Like maybe
And
I
get
do.
that STD
maybe
to put in that bag.
Maybe
I didn't
for
want to
me,
say
Why
it.
does
I
it
didn't
always
want to
have
say
to
it.
be
You
like
got
that?
that. You
Why
win.
First of all, I don't have to be giving up Nathan years to be getting all of that, okay? I don't have to be giving up
Not even
Nathan
a
years.
look at that.
Nothing. I don't have to be giving up nothing but my presence. Now, that's me. Now, the next girl might be giving up her hoochie holla and everything else.
Right.
But me, no. Maybe I'm in a period of my life, and this is not me. This
Yeah.
is maybe her down the street. But maybe another woman is in the moment of her life where she just wants to have fun. Maybe she's in college, and maybe she is living life in the fast lane. Maybe she's a bartender. Maybe she has all of these guys who are whatever they're doing in their
Yeah.
career. They just got money to blow, and she just want to hang out.
And she
What's
better
wrong with
pray
that?
she
I
make it
don't
out
care
with
what
her good
nobody
name.
says.
It don't mean she having sex.
I don't care
It does not
what
mean she's having
nobody
sex.
say. When you could only cuddle a Chanel bag so much. You
I'm not
are
even that
cold
girl,
at
first,
night.
so it's not even for me. I'm not even that girl.
For some
I
people, they
wanna
don't
go
care
eat.
about that. They don't care about having something at night to cuddle, or whatever. But we
Yeah.
can't
Or
ignore
when
the
you
fact
sick.
that pretty right. But we can't ignore the fact that pretty privilege is something
It
that
is a
exists.
real thing.
absolutely.
Yeah, the
for
more
sure.
attractive you are, the more you can the more you can get things like for free, or the more access you have to specific things, the more doors can be
We
opened
see it
up
all
for
the
you.
time when we go to the club.
Exactly. So I 100% believe what this woman is saying. Now,
sure.
do I agree with it? That's a different conversation. But I for sure believe it. Like
Do you? That's a question for the table.
What?
Do you agree with it?
I mean, no, I think that people should be valued based off of what's in their heart, what's in their brain, and things like that. Because there are some pretty people walking around who have ugly hearts. who
I mean,
have ugly
homeless people got
personalities.
kind hearts.
Exactly. So yeah, no, I don't agree with it, but that's the world we live in.
But I
People
also
look
don't
at-
want to be with a homeless person.
Very true. But people look at people typically look at what they see first and they judge based off that, or
Right.
they do what they, the
I'm not
pockets
gonna
open
lie.
up a little
I'm
more
a little
when,
shallow when it comes to that because I feel like like I need to be attracted to you physically. Like I gotta stare at you for a long time. Like I have to low key be like obsessed with your face in order for us to get past the dating phase. I have to be able to look at you for a long time.
Oh, so how do you know if you average?
Huh?
How do you know if you average? What is average? That's my
Average
thing.
Baby, ain't nothing about me average.
Average is when they don't come and they pay all
But
the
this is
bills
the
according to
thing.
this lady.
No, but my thing is like, how do you know if you average? How do you know if you're extremely beautiful? How do you know?
depends on
what-
how do you know where
preference.
you at on the
It's
scale?
It's based off preference,
Yeah.
honestly. And honestly, it's really how you view yourself and the confidence that you have in yourself. Because you could literally walk in a room full of attractive people and think that you are not on the same level as them,
And
when
be the baddest
really,
they walking.
probably mentally, you're way past them.
I think it depends on the room you're in. Absolutely depends on the room you're in. Yeah, it depends on the room you're in, and it depends on the eye that's looking. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But yeah, because
Okay.
you could be in a room
Really?
with someone who is only attracted to a white woman with blonde hair, blue eyes, and you could be like
Naomi Campbell.
Naomi Campbell, or you could be Beyonce, and they
Yeah.
probably. But to me,
they
I
look
would
past you.
probably choose Beyonce over this person, but this other person would probably choose this person over Beyonce. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I think it really depends on the room you
Personal
live in.
preference.
But come on, we all know what an unattractive person looks like. Like BFFR.
I didn't say unattractive, I said
BFFR. We know what a
What
basic B
is
look like.
average, baby?
Well, tell us, what is average? What is average? Give us the definition.
You trying to find out too,
She
right?
trying to not get canceled. That's what it is.
My average.
You asking a question with no
Am I
answer.
super beautiful? I wanted to know what y'all was to see if y'all get canceled
Oh
first.
my goodness. Yeah.
I'm done.
I mean, who knows? Find out on the next episode of POV what an average woman is. But you guys are going to take a short break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching POV.
I need some powder. Yeah.
Can I have some more water, please?
I low-key feel... Welcome back, and if you're just now tuning in, you're watching POV. So let's continue with some girl talk. A woman shared her vulnerable story on TikTok, and she admitted that her husband found her extremely unattractive when they met, but her prayers are what drew them together. Take a look at this clip.
When he first saw me, he thought I was so ugly. He literally said that he said to himself that I would rather be unalive than marry a woman that looks like that. What drew him to me was really my prayer. He saw me praying, and he said to himself, you know, God, although she looks like a toe,
Fingernail.
that's the kind of prayer that I want in a woman. And God told him, that is your wife.
All right, so ladies, how do we feel about what this woman
How do we feel about her
said?
looking like a toe?
Oh my, not a toe.
She said she looked like a toe, or he said that she had looked like a toe.
I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't hear anything she said because that fingernail.
Yeah, it was like hanging on by a
saw
thread.
it.
It was hanging on by a cuticle.
I saw it.
But do we think you could have a successful relationship if your partner isn't attracted to you?
I think so.
I don't think it'll last long.
Really?
Wow.
I don't think it'll last long because, like, as humans, we go off of physical. We have to be attracted to whoever we're with. So I definitely don't feel like, I mean, I don't know how long they've been together. I
Right.
would love to do more research on it and do a deep dive. But me personally, like, I don't feel like a relationship will go far if you're not actually attracted to the person, because initially that's what brings you to that person. Like, if you see somebody in a grocery store, like, and they don't look, as attractive, as the person standing next to them, you're not gonna really pay them no attention.
Yeah.
But also, I do feel like along with someone just being attractive, you can't just be attractive.
Right.
Like, you have to have some type of personality. There has to be a little bit more to you. Like,
layers.
Yeah, like you have to be some level of intelligent, or at least for me.
Right.
Like, so, I don't feel like it'll last long. Like,
Yeah.
if you're not attracted to them, really.
I don't agree with that at all. I feel like because an attractive person, when you're in a relationship, you can build attraction to someone. Because to me personally, I'm attracted to someone's mind, what they say, how they make me feel.
Okay.
And that makes them more attractive to me. But someone who has an ugly inside, I automatically start seeing how ugly you are on the outside. You could be an absolutely beautiful person, physically, features, built, whatever, tall.
Yeah.
But I just once you start talking to me, and I'm not liking what I'm hearing, you start turning kind of ugly.
I get that, because I see that in people every day.
Yeah.
Also, like when you're dating somebody, or you're trying to pursue somebody, I do feel like physical appearance plays a role.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to deny that fact.
100%. But in that relationship, that beauty fades, that look
That's why I
fades.
said you have to be at some level of intelligence.
Yeah.
You have to have a little bit more to you than just your physical.
Yeah,
You
but-
can't just be a pretty face.
Yeah, but I feel like in this situation, one, she said that, initially her husband said that he didn't find her attractive and he
You would
looked
rather
like a
die.
child.
At one point, she said he would rather die than to be
is
with her.
crazy.
Then she came back to
Wild.
say that she prayed about it, and then he came back to her and said that God said that she was his wife, and now
She did witchcraft.
she didn't
She
do
did some
witchcraft.
witchcraft
but
on him.
what I think is that naturally, when we're talking about natural things, yes, naturally, as human beings, we may be led by the eye first.
Yeah.
But, we're also talking about someone who is talking about spiritually. So now that natural stuff is out the window because she's saying that she believed this was her husband and then she prayed about it and God also revealed that to him. So in the spirit, so I feel like if they're going off of spiritual principles, they could definitely have a lasting relationship. And I also think, I also think that, being in a relationship for a while, attractiveness is something that is constantly fading.
Yeah.
There are times where it's heightened and you're like, oh my God, you're the love of my life. And then sometimes it's like,
I can't stand
Very true.
Oh, he was so ugly.
Right. And this young woman actually made a response video talking about what Tally just said. Take a look.
It doesn't bother me that my husband called me ugly when he first met me and told me that he was only attracted to my spiritual life, because we have a godly covenant marriage that isn't based on attraction, but is based on ministry and the word of God. You cannot build a marriage on lust. So because our marriage is about ministry, and honoring God, it's okay that he's not super attracted to me.
No,
That
I
man
don't.
gonna
I
cheat
think
on her the second he get.
she's psychic.
That is a God-fearing man. He is not. If he's willing
She
to
sounds
obey
delusional.
God,
She's Delulu.
I don't
Okay.
think so.
No,
If
I
that
don't
man
think
is
so
willing
either.
to obey God and marry her,
The
in
moment he
first
step out
place,
in the club and he see a fine
He's
little
not
tender
in the
thing,
club.
Might
he's
not
gone.
be going to the club.
he's not in the club.
He's
You're
gone. The
that
grocery
level
store, girl,
of-
wherever he going, he ain't only with
No,
her
I think
24/8.
she's
The
Delulu,
level
and I
of-
think that whatever they've been going through, or what I don't know, because you know how like you had said when you see someone who's attractive and they have an ugly personality, right? They are instantly ugly to you.
Yes.
I don't see that happening the other way around. Honestly, like when you first
So,
approach somebody,
you're ugly,
and you
but you have
see them
such a
as
great
someone,
heart.
right? And you see them as someone who's
I
not
love you.
attractive, like at all. Like
Let's
you're
get married.
genuinely not attracted to them, and then like maybe a good personality comes around. I genuinely do think that you will veer. Because if that attraction
She
doesn't
sat up
grow,
here and played in both of y'all
yeah,
face
but
and
no,
y'all
hear me out.
sold 'cause she
No, I'm
talking
sorry,
about
hear me
God.
out.
Just
So if
like
that
these other
attraction
people on the
doesn't
internet.
grow, because think about it, if you see somebody that you're not attracted to and like that personality comes out and that attraction doesn't grow for you, it's never gonna grow.
And it's
never
not
maybe
even told
he's
her
not
she look like
looking
a
with-
toe. It's not. She's not growing from a toe.
No, but maybe he's not looking for physical attraction for one. Okay.
So why would he say
literally
that?
called her
Because
ugly.
he's just telling her, I'm not attracted to you physically. That's not a lie.
Okay, but no,
lust.
if you
Off of
love
lust.
someone, you would never say
Hello,
something that would
'cause you
hurt
know it
their
would hurt
feelings.
them.
That is
Hello,
not
clock that.
But
love.
he did not love her at
At
that
that time,
moment.
right.
He said that when he first saw her and first met him, that was before God said, no, that is your wife. That's all before. So he said something probably very hurtful to her, and she prayed, and she
Even
when
so, if
dealing
you
with
like
God,
somebody,
should've kept that to himself.
exactly. Even so, if you like somebody or somebody
He
likes
did
you,
not like her.
You genuinely don't really want to hurt that person's
Exactly.
feelings,
He did
even
not
if
like
you do
her.
want to let them down
He
nicely.
said he wanted to die.
Girl,
Come on.
No, but I do want to say, the Bible does say in 1
What it say,
Samuel
Sister
16:7, do not look at his appearance or at the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord does not see what man sees. For a man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. So I feel like that's definitely
Amen.
what is going on in this situation 100%. And I also want to know, not being petty, but y'all know I'm petty a little bit. But when I look at her, I don't see someone that is ugly. She looks like someone to me that maybe doesn't have any friends that are helping her appearance. Because if you look at her, like that black cast on her, that's not her natural color. Like, some people, when they go through things and their iron is low or they're not properly taking care of their body or they have different deficiencies and things, you can also tell that her nose has significantly spread. That's not her actual nose. She's having some skin issues going on. So I feel like if she gets to a place, yes, love God, fear God, follow God, honor God, but you also want to take care of the body, which is your vessel that's
God
going to
has
sustain
blessed
you
you
on
with.
earth. So I do feel like if she cared a little bit more about that, or maybe had some time for herself or friends that encourage her to
Or
take
had
care
a
of
man to
herself.
uplift her and not tell her that
I'm
her
not
face made
attracted
him want
to
to
you.
die.
Right, but
was a
I
toe.
feel like a beautiful,
I can't get past the toe.
outwardly person could come out of what she physically looks like right now. She just needs some grooming.
Do what you feel like because her friends is probably only going to tell her that she needs some makeup. So you feel like some makeup is going to do her up real good.
No,
think it's
not
makeup.
the
I think
makeup. She
it's-
needs like a low key, like a little lifestyle change. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie, and I do
And
know
maybe a
some-
new man.
And
I think she
no,
needs a
Barry,
new man,
no,
too.
she
She got the right man.
No, I don't think she got the right man. She
She has
performed
the
some
right
witchcraft
man.
because
No,
she
she
found
did
someone that
not.
she found attractive, and he did not find her attractive. So she went and did whatever she did, dibble dabble and whatever
No,
she
no,
dibble
no.
She
dabble.
prayed.
She
And
said that
then-
boy is mine.
Okay, and then he came circling, spinning the block.
No, I see a lot of people in different friend groups sometimes, and they may have maybe 4 girls and they're real cute, and they have their one friend that always look like so stale. And
We don't have that problem.
It's so hard for me. Like I be want to tell her so bad, like girl, come on, like come over
my
here,
gosh.
because I'm that friend, that cousin, that sister, that baby. We gonna get it together no matter what you look like. And I think she needs some motivation.
It do burn you inside, Tally.
It bothers me.
It burn you
If
inside.
a man came up to one of y'all and said, "You a little funny looking, you a little ugly, but I love you,"
I'm not gonna
How
lie,
would
the
y'all- come on.
Broward
First
in
of all,
me,
you don't even know my name. Talk about you love me. Bye.
it's someone you're probably actively pursuing already. So you've already went past that threshold of like, who are
And
you?
how long have I been messing around with you, and you just now telling me that I'm ugly?
Regardless,
Or
how would
you
it
don't
make
find
you
me
regardless,
attractive?
how would it
Funny
make you feel?
looking.
I would feel hurt.
Exactly.
I would feel so hurt. It would probably hit my self-esteem and my ego, and I would probably leave that person alone.
She probably isn't affected by self-esteem and ego and things like that. So she's not worried
That
about that.
girl
She-
got on the internet and said that man told her she looked like a toe. You don't think she's affected
No, she said she
by
was-
herself?
no,
She got there and
She
lied and
wouldn't
played in
have told
all
us that
y'all
she wouldn't have told
face.
all of TikTok if
so
she was affected.
it seems like she has been going through that her entire life,
And she's
that's nothing
accepted
new.
it.
She's accepted
When
it,
she don't
and now
need to
she,
accept it.
What
She
she
doesn't-
just
no,
said
no, no,
that
no,
you
no,
look like a
no.
toe?
It is a coping
Y'all is
mechanism
playing
for
tonight
her.
and I don't like it.
No, it is a coping mechanism for
She
her.
is delusional.
And
is
no,
what it
she
is.
has a husband though.
She needs
Oh,
some
that
confidence.
having a husband don't no. She has a husband who's not uplifting her to the point at which she's not. This man needs to be calling her so beautiful that she sees that when she looks in the
Clock
mirror,
it.
regardless of how she looks.
And she
she
should
doesn't
never
need to
get on
be
the
calling
internet and
herself
call
a toe.
herself a toe.
She don't need to be calling herself a toe. She needs to be taking care of her body. Typically, like you know what I mean. Like Natalia said, she looks like she's not physically taking care of herself. But if she was being uplifted in that part of her relationship, she probably would.
In a healthy
but-
marriage.
She's accepted that she looks like a toe.
It's
Yeah, but
below
I
the
think
belt.
I think that it's so important, you know, honestly. And sometimes people that maybe aren't as physically attractive, they tend to have higher self-esteem. And so I feel like it is very important to love yourself.
Yes.
You know, regardless of whatever you may look like on the outside, because sometimes we can't change that. But I
Yeah.
do think she needs a good homegirl.
Well, you guys, conversation for another day, but catch us back here tomorrow here at Afro TV. Bye.